Rocket Launchpad. And now, here's Johnny.
Hey, it's Johnny Rocket here at the Johnny Rocket Launchpad, launching ideas in your direction, the Northwest only rock and roll libertarian radio show. I'm here with my co-host, Mr. Kurt Nelson.
Let me just say for the first time this show, fucking A, baby!
And my voice, the reason, the beautiful Heather Nixon.
How are you doing?
Good. We had a cool double feature tonight.
That's why I couldn't say fucking A, baby, for the first or second or third.
I know.
Like
we have like people
feel like
here.
you're a bad guy if
You say bad things.
There are people though that I wouldn't give a fuck. Though both of our guests this evening, I gave a fuck.
I know. I have much respect for both of those guys.
Me too.
We had Peter Schiff, our
Dude,
first guest.
Who are we?
No, we're nothing. And we had the legendary Peter Schiff.
Fuck.
Dude, he is big fucking news.
He's a badass.
He's a badass, too. And what a hell of a nice guy.
Yeah, no doubt.
And we had our, you know what? I wouldn't even call him like a guest. He's like family.
Family, right? Yep.
He's family. I mean, Addis, there's St. Addis. There's a reason why we had St. Addis on the show 4 times.
Yep.
Because
He's the cool uncle that you would go live with.
Yeah, exactly. And he wouldn't molest you if you were a child.
Right. Or take you in if somebody else did.
Right, exactly. No, but I learned a lot about gold in like the last 4 hours that I have ever considered knowing about gold.
Right.
And
I'm gonna try and keep 5 to 10% of my portfolio in gold.
Yeah, if you're into that shit.
If you can have a portfolio, which I cannot at this point, but leads me to my next point, ladies and gentlemen. You should give to the Johnny Rocket Launchpad.
I know exactly. If you got gold to give, yeah, you could probably afford $20, $30, $50.
Come on, and we accept gold.
We accept gold now. Gold standard. You can find us at
JohnnyRocketLaunchpad.com.
Donate.
Give-us-gold.com /
We
Greedy
also
bastards.
accept McDonald's gift cards.
Yes, we do.
Hey, we're cool. McDonald's gift cards, beer endorsements,
That's right.
alcohol's
That's
great, gold's fine.
Yes, Crown, we would love to speak with you.
I'm actually okay with if you guys want to give us some Bitcoin. That's cool too. I'll figure a way to use that.
What about EBT? Do we take EBT?
We can't.
We cannot.
We can just buy us food.
That would be bad and wrong and against everything that we stand for.
It's illegal as well.
Oh yeah, that too.
Because you must
we
purchase
can't.
You must purchase and prepare for yourself only or those in your AU.
Okay, well, if you want to pretend.
Assistant unit.
AU.
What if they bought food for themselves?
What if
How would they know?
What if they really need some cigarettes? They're okay to buy cigarettes with that money, right?
Yeah. You
No,
can buy smokes for
they
them.
actually sign the EBT checklist.
Oh, come on.
That
now.
say that they
No one
will
follows
not
that.
purchase the alcohol, tobacco. They won't buy lottery
Or
tickets.
firearms.
Oh wow.
It's true.
Because you forgot, it's like alcohol, tobacco, and ATF. Come on.
ATF, right?
You got to have firearms.
Who was the guy? Remember we were talking about the guy that robbed a store and left his EBT card or some kind of shit like that?
Wrong show. That was your other podcast.
No, it wasn't. No. I'll figure it out. I'll go back and listen to every
Kurt's
show.
like secretly moonlighting on a socialist podcast.
Yeah, because I have time for that. Yeah.
Okay, anyways. We had some awesome guests. We want to say thank you to Peter Schiff and to St. Addis.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much for taking the time out of your busy schedules, guys, and coming on the Johnny Rocket Launchpad. And what we do here on the 4th and final segment. Thank you guys very much for listening. What we do, though, is Rocket Fire.
You're just listening to yourself in the headphones and enjoying yourself like, God damn, I sound cool. God damn, I sound cool. God damn, I sound cool.
Anyway, so that does sound pretty cool. Question 1. We do Rocket Fire review. The U.S. dollar has lost over 95% of its value since the Federal Reserve was created. The U.S. national debt is 5,000 times larger than it was when the Federal Reserve was created. So is there any argument or justification allowing the Federal Reserve to continue to issue our currency?
Resounding no.
I don't think so.
I agree because I think I've mentioned this before as far as the Federal Reserve. I am so ignorant when it comes to it, but all those smart guys say that we shouldn't have it, so I'll go with them.
I love you.
Right on.
I love your honesty. That's awesome. Well, and here's the thing. I'm with going back to a gold standard, and I really believe there's some credibility to that because the reason that they went away from the gold standard is okay, and you're gonna fade me out, and next thing you know, no one's gonna listen. But the reason, seriously, this is important. We went away from a gold standard. There's only a finite amount of gold within our world,
Right.
all right, or gold that we have discovered
On the planet Earth.
There's scarcity
Right.
involved. So they used to, every dollar was backed by gold at one point. That money wasn't good because you couldn't print. You could only print so much money. So you ran out of fucking gold to back that money up. So they said, nah, we're not going to do that anymore. We're going to now base our money supply on printing money, on the work you could do. It's not even the money you did. It's not the money that you have actually created. It's the money that people can create. Or the value. So basically what it's doing, though, it's robbing the value from the money that has been established already.
Right. That's the thing is it would have never been had there not originally been a gold standard. And that sort of set the baseline for...
That's also called quantitative easing.
So this dollar has a value, that equals X amount of gold at one point.
Right.
And I think it was rather sly.
Oh, it's slick.
How they worked that out.
Exactly.
How the gold kind of started fading out and whatnot, like Heather is. And
yeah, it's not you guys. Really.
No, but it's interesting to me, though, that had they originally come to the American people gone, okay, here's our currency. There's nothing backing it, per se. But, if you give $1 to that guy for some milk and then you take that dollar and you can give it to that guy to put him with a couple more and buy a pair of shoes, that wouldn't have flown.
Well, I don't think we should have a Federal Reserve to begin with. I think it's a bullshit state. It's a bullshit organization. It's another bureaucracy.
Right.
Well, it's not even federal. It's a business. They're making money off the money of the American taxpayers. That's the fucking sick thing about it, is they're actually profiting from this.
From money.
From money.
Right.
From them making money, they're profiting from the money because the government is issuing them these orders to create money, and then the government has to pay the interest on the money that they are creating.
Right.
So it's a scam. The government itself is scammed in this situation.
It's like they're scamming themselves almost.
Exactly. No, but they're really scamming the people.
Right.
The politicians aren't going to pay that money. Federal Reserve needs to go away. And we need to have our currency backed by a gold standard or some sort of standard.
Yeah, I mean, it used to be gold and silver, too.
Something. And it could be anything. It could be gold and silver or platinum or precious metals.
It could be
salt.
Whale hide.
It could be whale blubber.
Babies? We could use babies.
Baby powder. Whatever. You meant baby powder, right?
No, I was going to say like baby seals.
Oh, yeah, those are good, too.
Dead baby seals, though.
Absolutely. No, but that's what I'm saying. It should be backed by something of value.
Something with value, exactly. That thing can fluctuate, obviously.
It will, and that's why the dollar would rise and lower.
Exactly, but that's totally okay.
But guess what? The dollar this came into effect in 1913, I believe, ish.
Sounds about right.
Our money would still retain the same value that it does today. There might be some inflation due to more mining for gold and the actual value of gold fluctuating. There's a lot more gold now that has been discovered. So the value of that dollar may go down due to less scarcity of a precious metal.
Sure.
However, that is cool. I mean, that's fine, but that's a natural thing, and I'm cool with that. But I don't like him just printing money.
It doesn't work. It
doesn't
work
solve
out.
the problem.
The bottom line doesn't work. It's floating.
Exactly.
Floating.
It's faux. Exactly.
Question 2, because we could go off on this for the whole rest of the
Why have we
segment.
allowed the too big to fail banks to become even larger?
This is another economics question.
No, it's not.
This is a question for boys.
There where we say nobody is too big to fail, and by the government bailing them out, it just creates more problems. They're sinking money into a sinking ship, and I think that they should stop.
Okay.
I think that the government would like you to believe that FDIC has something to do with it, because people are backed to $250,000 per customer, per bank, or per count, or whatever.
Right.
And so this whole bailout is I couldn't tell you the exact logistics all the way through.
I don't think it would even be similar though.
There's a liability there though.
I don't know if there should be though.
Maybe there shouldn't be. Absolutely.
I don't think there should be.
I don't believe that's the truth. I'm just saying that I think that's what they would have you believe. Are we talking about bailouts and shit like this?
Like a real business, like a business that's like fucking GM or something.
Right.
All right. So they're too big.
976 bailout.
We need to bail them out because all the jobs they've created. Well,
Bullshit.
Oh, you know what? Fuck them. If they suck, fuck them. Let them fall. Let them go.
Well, and they're not going to fall forever. They're really not.
No, but I'm not saying
Because
but
somebody
it's
else
not
is
the tax
somebody else is
dollars
going to come in right behind him and buy that shit up.
like Hostess.
Or
The Twinkie story.
Do you
Twinkies went under.
I know,
right?
I love that story because I love
okay,
Twinkies.
but the Twinkies did. But then somebody bought Hostess.
That's
again.
my point. Is people speaking of value, these factories in Detroit and shit, they're Canada, like they're all over the place that these car companies own. Okay, this company went tits up. There's a factory just sitting there. I'll bet that fucker's for sale.
But there should be no government interference
No,
with those at all.
no, of course not.
Why? Why are the tax dollars of American people going into
Chevy's
support?
an American institution. How
Fuck
can you let
Chevy.
them go?
If Chevy makes shitty fucking vehicles, then they should fucking go down.
Or whatever the deal is. If they
If
made
they
some
can't-
bad investments, then they should pay the price.
But what we're saying is though, here's the question: why should why are we allowing them to be bailed out? Well, it's because of the politician. The politicians are getting some money off that.
So we're going back to the lobby then.
Oh, definitely. 100% it's a lobbyist.
Sure.
So, they're making money off this. And the tax dollars and the tax breaks and then the secret backroom deals and shit like that. This is my problem with government getting involved with businesses. Government has no job, has no reason being involved with business, period.
Fully agree. 100%.
All right? They're there to create legislation make legislation that's just for the people, for all the people, not just a minority, but for everyone.
Right.
For the common good. Number 3, why do you think politicians think this is a good idea for the military to arrest American citizens on American soil and detain them without a fair trial if they are suspect in an investigation of terror?
Because it makes it easy. It makes enforcing whatever the hell they want quite easy. A very good example of this: active meth lab. We want to get rid of active meth lab.
Okay.
I agree. I want that meth lab gone. But the police can go ahead and raid that meth lab based on chemical warfare.
Okay.
And they can bust down that door without any warrant. They can listen to all the phone calls they want without any warrant. They can do anything they want based on terrorism, and they can get the military involved without any warrants or anything at all. They can just get the whole ball rolling themselves based on a terrorist act, and that is not a terrorist act.
Right. So you could just put the term terrorism
in anything you want,
because it's just a word that we like to use, like the war on drugs.
Right. Exactly.
So we'll just throw that out there.
No, it's terrorist. Oh, God, that guy's a terrorist.
Now we can fucking bring in the fucking copters, the tanks,
Right.
and whatever the fuck we want.
Terrorist.
I like that word. Fun.
Me too.
That's why I think Bush liked it. Terrorist. Fun. Question 4. 85% of high school seniors constantly report that pot is easier to get than alcohol. What could go wrong with legalizing and treating marijuana like alcohol and similar age use restrictions?
Well, I just like if 84% can already get it easier than alcohol, then regulating it is going to have absolutely no bearing because it hasn't been regulated except for, side note, did you know that today recreational marijuana is now legal in Oregon?
Really?
So they joined Washington, Alaska, Colorado, and the District of Columbia in the legalization
Did
of
not
marijuana.
know that.
That came into effect today. So
Wow.
hey, go Oregon.
Go OR.
Yeah, OR.
Liberty.
Yeah, cool.
But it is strictly regulated. But again, those kids that could get it before could already get it.
Well, those kids are terrorists.
Terrorist. But the thing is, we should...
Terror.
There's an effect on that.
I'm gonna put like...
I got you.
Deep voice. Terrorist. Terror.
That's gonna sound really cool.
Okay.
But like seriously, I when it's on the black market, it's easier to get.
I grew up in Alaska, and most of my friends' parents, I'm sure I've told this story before. Most of my friends' parents grew pot. We didn't know what an eighth of pot. We didn't know how to measure pot. Everybody just grabbed a handful of pot from their parents' stash and brought it to school. And we smoked at lunch. We smoked on the way to school. We smoked after school. I'm not saying that's a good thing. I don't want that for my kids. However, nothing has changed. And the world is not in a worse place because of that.
No, I think marijuana is it's a bullshit drug.
Come on.
Who gives a shit about it?
Kids go out to kegers and get smashed drunk, too.
People have the right to smoke it, and I support them. I know people, again, I'm going to say it makes me fucking paranoid as shit. But marijuana, if you want to use it, I think it's a fun drug. I don't think it's a ruin I don't think it's a ruin your life drug.
It's a gateway to heroin. You're going to die.
Well, one of, I think, the really good things about, slowly the states legalizing recreational marijuana is right now in the Oregon legislature, there is a bill because possession, you're only allowed to have 1 ounce of marijuana on you if you're outside.
Right.
If you have 16 to 32 ounces, it's a misdemeanor. And right now, if you have over 32 ounces and you're caught, it's a Class C felony. But the bill that is moving through Oregon will reduce that to a Class A misdemeanor. So I think a good thing is instead of it being a felony, it's going down to a misdemeanor. So it's a step in the right direction.
Mm-hmm. We're keeping people out of jails for this.
Right. Well, that's good. And I think it should be that way.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's one of the catch-alls on getting...
Right. Slowly but surely moving towards liberty.
Right.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
I think
it's baby steps is like what we always talk about.
I think some of those things are moving in the direction of liberty, but I also want to point out that they're moving in the direction of liberty for the wrong reasons.
Well, it's also watch what this hand is doing while I'm doing something over here with this hand.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So question 5, do you think prohibition of any kind is a good idea? And I don't. And we're going to go back to, we can see this going on throughout time. The 20s with the prohibition with alcohol.
Right.
What does it do? It creates a black market.
It actually creates value. It literally creates value.
And it creates wealth.
Yep. It creates jobs.
And it creates crime.
The government can create jobs.
And it creates...
Inadvertently, it's called a positive unintended consequence.
But it also creates crime and murder and breaks up families. And so, no, there should be no prohibition.
Yeah, it's stupid.
I agree.
And I don't like prohibition. And I think those fucking... You know what? And what's funny is the feminists... The feminists were the ones who actually created the prohibition.
Well, they didn't want their men out drinking and carousing. They wanted to get rid of the liquor because their men were out.
In World War I.
Well, if they
were out boozing it up with the hussies.
Well, if the woman would have known their place and started giving it up to their men, the men might have stayed home.
Right. It was all like the morality police, the women. It was like we're going. The church ladies.
Question 6. Do you think we can change our country to a more liberty-minded society through political parties, or do you think we must fall first?
I think we're going to fall first.
I think so, too.
Not.
Go ahead.
Half empty. I do not think we need to fall first. I think that our government, our society in this country is too far along to actually fall in the near future. I think that it will change and correct itself because the pendulum is always swinging.
I admire your positive outlook.
I do too.
But I don't think it's going to happen that way. I think things are going to go really, really bad. We can go back to what Peter Schiff was saying. There was a small collapse in the market, but that wasn't the big one. This is how our country's going to fall. It's not going to fall from a political thing. It's going to fall from an economic standpoint.
I think it's going to be worse than that.
What do you think?
Let me rephrase. I don't think it has to, but I think it's going to. It's when we first started this show, what did I say? Hey, you libertarian guys, that's cool. Yep, I agree with you. 99%, I pretty much agree with you. What do I think? I think we're fucked. And I don't think that change is coming from a bunch of people rallying together and voting things in, and I believe me, I wish that it was. I wish that it was.
So you're looking at it more from, you could think only change can occur through tragedy.
No, I don't think that. I think only in this case, change is only going to come through tragedy.
Oh,
and I think that's terrible.
And I agree with you.
I think that fucking sucks.
What tragedy?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think it's going to be an economic collapse.
It might be economic. It might be full-on revolution.
Okay, hold on. And I agree with you, but I think the revolution will come from the economic collapse.
It might stem from that, absolutely.
Did you celebrate the Supreme Court decision that gays have the right to marry in all 50 states, or do you think it's overreaching of the government to get involved?
You know what? I think it's a good thing, but however, I would have to agree that it's not a place for the federal government.
I agree. We've said this 100
think it's-
times on the show.
It's really cool, and I think people have the right to be gay and the right to marry and all of that.
But it's not
I
even
don't think the federal government has a place to force every state to do so.
I think it's completely overreaching. And remember what I was saying. It was setting a precedence for what they could do later on.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
These blanket.
So the blanket laws. So it kind of started, maybe for the right reasons. We can debate this regarding the Civil Rights Act of 1965. It started there. It just continued to go on and on and on in the sense of overreaching. And everything is based on this 14th Amendment. A person or a human has a right to get married, marry whoever the fuck you want. You can marry 5 wives. That's between you, yourself, and your people
Partner.
involved.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if you want to have legalities associated with that, you can get a civil union. You can write a contract, whatever the hell you want to do to protect yourself legally, period. Question 8. The U.S. Constitution is based on checks and balances. The president can veto legislation. The question is, who checks the judicial branch?
I had something to say about the last thing.
Let's go back. What do you got? I'm interested. I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know.
Well, I just wanted to say that, yes, I totally agree with you, Johnny, that there should not be government in marriage. And whoever people decide to couple or triple or whatever the case may be is a completely personal matter. What I think, just the other side of it is because the rights as far as legalities, financial, being able to make decisions, if someone's in the hospital, can you visit them? Because that is set up right now by the government, and heterosexual couples have rights that are not given to another group of people, that those people should not be denied based on our current system. Is our current system, not the right way to go? Yes, I agree with you. But because that is that system, just like right now you're required to have a driver's license, so you have to have a driver's license. So you can't say because your eyes are blue, you can't have a driver's license. You can't deny somebody when other people have that. That's it.
You've always had the right to marry, and the government does not give you that right. That's my rebuttal to that. You have the natural right to get married to whoever the hell you want.
I said I agree with you.
I know that you're saying the system, but I am saying that you can make legal contracts and documents without having that system.
You can't. You can't
make
file,
a contract.
You can't file as married with the IRS every year to do your taxes.
Well, that's fucking bullshit to begin with.
Okay, I agree.
A point blank.
But what she's saying is that is the case. That is the rules that everybody has to play by. So
it's tax
you can't
purposes.
deny because of
Fine.
Yeah, that's
okay.
It's stupid. It's stupid.
It's fucking but
given those rules,
I'm looking at a bigger, grandiose picture. I'm not looking at some fucking form. I'm just saying that it's stupid. If you want to, okay, fine, marry for tax purposes. But again, me as a libertarian, fuck taxes, fuck the direct income tax to begin with. So fuck you,
right?
So I mean, I'm opposed to that to begin with. So I don't even honor that actually.
But we are where we are.
Anyways,
fucking stupid goddamn bullshit. Fuck.
So the U.S. Constitution is based on checks and balances. Supposedly, the president can veto legislation, etc. The question is, though, who checks the judicial branch?
I don't know, Johnny. Who is it?
Heather.
Heather checks the judicial what?
Yeah,
she does.
I
know Johnny's answer. The answer is nobody checks them, so it's absolutely wrong because then basically they can do whatever they want and they can make up the rules as they go, and that's bullshit, God damn it!
That's right.
Yeah!
That sounds great. I agree with that.
That's what Johnny would say.
Well,
played.
Another thing
Well played.
I think is interesting, though, is that no one is elected. The Supreme Court justices are not elected by anyone. Who the fuck are these people? Yeah, we're going to just say this is good.
They've gone, they have to be,
okay, you want the law school. Okay.
Well, they get nominated, right, by whoever, is president at the time. And then they have to go through the approval process and, be questioned by the politicians and say, ooh, you, when you were in college, you did a beer bong and blah, blah, blah.
You inhaled.
Did you put the pubic hair on the Coke can?
Right.
And,
show me the cigar.
Yes. And so that is supposedly the process. They're supposed to be qualified, so they're nominated, and then they go through the process and they get approved. So that is what's supposed to make them qualified. And that is the system that has been put in place.
Okay, well, I think it's fucking bullshit. So,
God damn it, it's bullshit.
Yeah.
Well, what I'm
Fuck
saying
that
is,
shit. Fuck
all
it.
I'm saying is I think that the state legislative bodies should have ability to overturn a Supreme Court legislation if there's a majority.
I agree.
The state legislative body. Anyway, Anyway, so this is Johnny Rocket here at the Johnny Rocket Launchpad, launching ideas in your direction, the Northwest only rock and roll libertarian radio show. I'm here with my co-host, Mr. Kurt Nelson.
Fucking A, Johnny, that's right. And hey, everybody, don't forget to check out The Haunted Heel, the Texas Rockabilly Retro and Rock one-stop shop for all your vintage clothing and nostalgic gear. Check them out at www.thehauntedheel.com. Type in Johnny Rocket for 10% off your clothing order or merchandise order.
And my voice, the reason, the beautiful Heather Nixon.
The Johnny Rocket Launchpad is uploaded weekly on iTunes.
And this is...
You heard it here.
Yeah, you did. And this is Johnny Rocket, always launching ideas in your direction, always breaking the socialist dreams. Rock and roll! We're going to see you next week. Have a great weekend.